Good afternoon, everyone. It's time for the Turtlecast. Friday, weekend. We can celebrate another weekend. And soon, Fastnacht. From Tuesday, by the way. If you miss the fact that Fastnacht is coming, don't miss it. And now, who's in the chat? I can see I'm Peaceful Gamer, Paul Mac, something, Local Cobra, Spiteful Angel, Mike Gonzalez, Anyway, Siamaramu, Michael Bartoszek, Team, RHBS, Adefion Jack, Eric Brandt, Alufool, Mark, Radrup, Johan, Stevie Archive, Otis, Dan K, and Sika. Welcome, so nice to see you all in here. I hope your weekend is starting well. It stopped raining here where I live in UK and the sun came out briefly before setting, so it's looking good. It's looking good after several raining days. And welcome wherever you live across the globe. Yeah, we all play Fallout. I'm only curious if there are any like Chinese people playing Fallout from China that are actually in China. Is it even possible? Do you think anyone is cheating the system to try to play it in China? I mean, statistically, we have some chance. There's like 1 billion people. But I don't know if that's even physically possible. Definitely not the game that anyone would approve to be played in there. Oh, Hulk, you have a good time playing with my melee build. Awesome, I'm happy to hear that. It's very fun build and very powerful. Surprisingly powerful. If I only could crack how to make criticals always work with auto-axe for more than 2-3 hits. But this one I cannot crack. I read the comments and doesn't look like anyone has any idea how to do it. There's a lot of theories, but unfortunately I tested most of those and didn't do anything. So I don't think. Why are you surprised you cannot play Fallout in China? It's pretty obvious why. I don't think that requires any extra explanation. It is Friday. Okay, let me see if there was any article on Fallout.com, but I don't think so. Okay, there was not. As we know, the update have been implemented recently. And I see Paul commenting about losing items in Expedition. I never heard about this issue. So first time I hear about it. Personally, I didn't lose any items yet, and I hope it will not happen. I'm not saying that it's impossible. So I remember good old times when I lost all my items during the Vault raid, so nothing is impossible in Fallout universe. But maybe it's good that I never heard about this issue. Maybe it's super rare. When will I test Enclave Plasma versus Railway? Yeah, I need to get into it. I was dragged away a little bit by my melee build fan, but I will go back. I will go back to Enclave Plasma and we'll figure out how it can compare to Railway. And if it can. Welcome Cookie Crisp and Jules and Dr. Atomic and Malifatu and Brian and everyone else. There's a lot of new names appearing. So, as there was no article, so just a reminder that there has been a hotfix and Bethesda was talking about it on Discord. Maybe I should check Bethesda Discord first before we go into question and answer section from our Discord, Turtle Army Discord, to see if there are any more news. So the patch was implemented earlier this week on all platforms. The FPS issues seems to be fixed everywhere. The Atom Shop stuff that disappeared, that was several bundles: Mercenary, Company bundle, Arm Wrestling Machine, Chuck Wagon, Cowboy bundle, and Fanatic Scrapper bundle, it did not disappear by accident. It was pulled out by Bethesda because there was some kind of a bug related to those items. They do not specify what bug. All they say is that they're pulling it out, they will fix the bug, and those items will return. So if those disappear and you wanted some of that, it will be back when they fix it, whatever need to be fixed. So that's the case about the official news from Bethesda. As well, in topic of Starfield, there was very little patch for beta testing. I don't know what's going on with Starfield. Doesn't look good. The important bugs still not mentioned. So will they eventually fix it? In the meantime, I did try Palworld. If you want my impressions, it's a Pokemon game. Palworld, I played for 3 hours and no one tell me differently. Palworld is a Pokemon game. Unofficial Pokemon game. Like, there's some unique elements that other Pokemon games didn't have before, but I would not say the game is unique by design. No, it is a different twist on Pokemon game. So that's what I will say. As long as they can defend it and don't go bankrupt, I guess it's worth it. As long as they don't take this game away. It's a fun little game. I will play it later more. I mean, not today, but a little bit more on Twitch in the future. I will try it. I will see how the end game look like in Palworld. Oh, there's more people playing my melee build. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, it is very fun build. Oh, hello there, wicked monkeys. Oh, your railway seems to break out of VATS since the hotfix Midnight Rider. Oh, I didn't heard about this issue, but I only play on melee builds since the hotfix, so I didn't experience that. I hope it's temporary. Sneak broken? Sneak was always a bit broken. That's why on my stealth builds, I like to go overboard with stealth. More than needed, usually. Because then it mostly works. If you just try to put this perfect balance of agility and perks and so on, it will broke more often. Furious buff was actually unfortunately not intended, and they took away it from the patch notes. I was very disappointed too when I heard about it. Why your quad 50 has more DPS than quad 25? The issue is that quad 25 faster fire rate is the best, but if there will be server lag, it's better to shoot less and with more powerful shots. That's probably why. I will probably somewhere in the future do a test what happens if you have 8 people with slow firing but hard hitting weapons, how fast it will melt the boss. And in the past, yeah, Gunfu rank 1 was the fix for VATS dropping for no reason. Okay, now let's switch to the Discord and questions. Let's see what's going on there. First, the ultrasight laser rifle shoots white bluish beams now, and the hair trigger receiver bumps its fire rate above 180 if it already has faster fire rate. May be worth revisiting. Oh, interesting. We'll need to take a look on that. Thanks for mentioning. By the way, if you don't know, there is a problem with the beams, even on ultrasight Gatling laser. If you put a focuser. If you put focuser on it, it changes the beam color to white for some reason. Next, Haiti. Do you know if the Revenant perk card works if you're picked up by a scout banner? Yes. I think, yeah. Most most of the stuff that requires you to get revived works with self-revive. Don't think if there are any exceptions, really. Yeah, everything should work. Next. Hi, Turtle. Do you know anything about the 4-star and the possible legendary reroll? No. There is no mention, any official info about that. The 4 stars have been on the table for a while, officially, but then that idea was pulled out. So it's no longer on the list of ideas and future of Fallout 76. None of these features. Unfortunately, I would really like some kind of a reroll. For this moment, none of that is coming. Next. Why do I lose magazine buff when jumping servers sometimes? Is there a way to prevent this? Magazines aren't easy to come by. Why is that? The main reason, the normal duration of the magazine is 30 minutes. Extended by a perk from luck category, it can go up to 1 hour. Unfortunately, usually when you spawn into the server, you spawn first, then game check for your buffs, and then for your perk cards. And because it will check for your buffs first, so the extended duration will not be present, it will see when you used the magazine, and it was more than 30 minutes ago, so this buff will not pop up for you, and therefore cannot be extended, even though the extended timer should still last. If you hop server after the base timer is out, you will lose the buff. Next, I'm Peaceful Gamer. What's the best DPS weapon other than Railway Rifle in your opinion? Enclave Plasma Rifle is second, at least officially. I didn't test it yet, but Enclave Plasma Rifle, if not that, as long as you can afford coffee for that, Gatling Plasma with VATS. That's a monster. That's a real monster. Very expensive in VATS and very powerful. But Railway, yeah, I think Railway is solid number 1 at this moment. And now back to YouTube chat. Oh, Bruce, you had your power armor disappear and return after 24 hours to your inventory? Oh, that's not too bad. At least it's back. Yeah, I heard about power armor bugs, especially when you're leaving servers, something going on. Sometimes they like hide. I would say they hide. Usually restarting the game helps. So just switch the game fully off and fully on, and power armor should be back. If something disappeared and full game restart do not make it reappear, it can be bad. Does the double mutation daily op keep dropping script if you run it more than once a day? It does, but it's very small amount. It's only once a day you have bonus rolls. To be honest, only once a day it's truly double. After that, it's just a little bit. Do I think they will ever change meta with armor? I don't think so. Unless far in the future. At this moment, it seems solid, and even new armor doesn't touch meta at all. Unless they do some last minute rework. There is still time, as next update, the big DLC update, I mean big DLC. The second half of Atlantic City DLC, that's what I wanted to say. How big it is? It's about 4 hours of story, so that's big as for Fallout 76 standards. It's not overall super big. Although, if I compare some other games, I think there is more games that is receiving sometimes relatively small DLCs. If we take Atlantic City as a whole, yeah, then it's a proper DLC. So second half does feel like a half of a DLC, and that's what we are getting, and there is no meta changes, at least as for now. New armor seems worse. If you have sizzling style, do you need fireproof? Fireproof is mainly to reduce the damage you are taking from explosions. Sizzling style does nothing to reduce damage you take from explosions. Do you need more fire resistance than max out sizzling style? No, you don't necessarily need fireproof to reduce your fire damage taken. But explosion damage, yes. Yes, faster fire rate does not work with Gauss weapons, with charge up weapons. Can roll, but doesn't do anything. No one knows why it even exists on those weapons. What you get for double daily ops, it's not double the rewards. You are getting 2 extra rolls for the rewards. So that's not the same thing as double the rewards. 2 extra rolls for rewards. What is the best way to farm script? Depend what you want to do with the script. As if you are buying modules, expeditions are absolutely number 1. If you don't want modules and you just want script, let's say you want to buy Vault Steel, so daily op once a day, if there are mutated events, so mutated events are really good, and doing daily quests, there's quick daily quests, as they can drop up to 8 script for barely any effort. Fireproof is not helping against falling embers in air, because those falling embers do not really count as you being hit. You are under the effect of fire dot. So for that, you need dense torso. It's completely erasing any damage from those falling embers. Dense, not the dense torso, the asbestos lining torso. I'm saying dense is for explosions. Asbestos lining torso for air fight. And this torso gives you a little bit of fire resistance, but that's not important. Gives you immunity to being set on fire. And those falling embers do not really do any damage. They give you an effect, set on fire. With this torso, you cannot be set on fire, so you are not, and you are not taking any damage. Is the stealth commando build the best in the game? I would say 2 builds are the best in the game. Stealth commando and heavy gunner with power armor. They do perform great. If total versatility of the build would be considered, I would put heavy gunner a little bit higher even. But for the full effect, because that's a multiplayer game, you need 2 players. 1 heavy gunner that will run with taking 1 for the team, and 1 stealth commando that will be running with follow through. That's the only way to achieve maximum DPS. If you will put 2 stealth commando or 2 heavy gunners, it's not the same power as if you combine the 2. Should play Fallout 76 together. I'm sorry to tell you, Fatboy, my friend list is still broken and Bethesda cannot fix it, so I cannot add anyone to my friend list. Only people that are already there are there. I cannot remove anyone and I cannot add anyone. As well, I cannot see who's on my friend list and I cannot join any of my friends. They can only join on my server and only on adventure server. On private server, it will not work. So that's terrible. So if you are a trader in Fallout 76 and your friend list is around 1,000 people, start removing people before it crashes and broke. Hello, Mr. Kill Jr. And usually that's not a problem to get your legendary weapons to get script. I have a lot stored on my power armor. I have like 11 frames filled up with power armor pieces. And expeditions, that's a really fast way to fill up on legendaries. Oh, Mr. Kill Jr. is saying that VATs for melee work way better earlier on. Maybe. I'm curious. It still is working good with classic melee weapons, just not auto. And even old auto melee weapons work good, like the drill. The problem is none of other melee weapons have anywhere close to the damage output of auto axe. Good way to earn experience, farming Westek. Yeah, they will not be able to fix everything, but on the positive note, if you compare amount of fixes and support Fallout 76 is getting to Starfield, Fallout 76 is getting like 10 times better support and patches than Starfield is. And Starfield, it was so hyped. It was so hyped. And it is a good game, just lacking support. To make it great, it requires a lot of work, and they decided to keep it at good. How I can tank air and you cannot? I have asbestos lining torso on my turn armor. So that one piece I think is with fire resistance. I have fireproof equipped. I have crazy amount of health on my melee build. And I'm using vampire auto axe, which means I'm being healed almost instantly if I even take any damage. So air spitting fire doesn't do much to me. Herbivore versus carnivore, what is the lazy option? I would say carnivore, so you can cook whatever meat, and for most buffs you can just buy them. What do I think about the show that's coming out for Fallout? I cannot wait. I want to watch it already, but we need to wait. I want to watch it. I'm a big fan of Fallout, so I really want to watch it, and I really hope it will be good. My only concern from the trailers was two pinkish red ghoul. Wasn't looking really like a ghoul supposed to, but maybe they can still fix it. Or maybe that's the only problem. If that's the only problem of the Fallout show, I can absolutely live with that. Where do I get my mag? That's from Amazon, so that's not. It wasn't anything specific that I did. I just took the biggest one from Amazon and it ended up being this size. What about tanking it on Railway Review? I'm not sure. One of the reviews I was doing on custom server and disable most of the enemy damages so I can focus on measuring my DPS. So then I did nothing to really use any tankiness. I just switch off the enemy damage. It is annoying here. If you want to do both, if you want to invest in defense and damage on the commando build, it is very expensive real quick. And yeah, you need to spend a lot of time to set it up when I don't need it on everyday basis. As I play with other people. So there are frontline tanks. I don't need to tank any damage basically when I'm playing a commando build. Yes, 40 weapon speed is absolutely useless for auto axe or the chainsaw. For whatever reason, Bethesda decided that those two weapons will attack with maximum possible speed, no matter what. So you cannot improve it, as it's already attacking as fast as the game engine allows it to. Oh yes, I heard about Starfield coming possibly to PlayStation, and I'm all for it. I'm all for games being available across all platforms. Whatever the reason for that is, I don't care. I'm all for games being available across all platforms. How can you store legendary and power armor? Oh, that's a simple trick. The power armor frame weighs 10 pounds. Single power armor piece can weigh up to 20 pounds. You collect 3-star power armor pieces, you put 5 of those on power armor frame, and then you have 5 pieces stored in your stash box that only weigh 10 pounds. Where I'm from, I live in Coventry, England, but I'm originally from Poland. How did I know to record before my inventory disappeared in the vault? Oh, I didn't record before. I record after. And then I was recording more as I was trying to show how it happened. And it happened again. So it happened to me twice in a row. But it wasn't a big as a big deal when it happened second time, as it was already wiped first time. So yeah. There was the vault raid was able to very consistently eat your inventory. Recommended armor set for stealth is Covered Scout. Yeah, for all other melee weapons, back to the weapon speed. Weapon speed is awesome for all melee weapons. It just doesn't work on auto axe or chainsaw. I don't know about any fix to auto attack crits from auto axe crits. Unfortunately, I wish I would find it. I can't. Best tip for beginners? I have a beginner video already, but depends how much beginner you are. If you are under level 50, save your modules to when you will be level 50 and don't craft legendaries before. If you are over level 50, focus on running expeditions, Atlantic City most sensational game, and you will be rich quick. How many hours I have in Fallout 76? I don't know exactly, but I would estimate across all the platforms that I ever played, it would be probably over 4K hours. But I don't know exact number. Alright, so I think I answered all the questions. There is not too many news. Just don't forget, it's the last week of the Pink Flamer challenges. So if you want those rewards, do those challenges, finish them before Tuesday. And then on Tuesday, Fastnacht is starting. I already have those new masks from Atom Shop and I'm wearing those, and those were turtle masks. So I was obliged to purchase those. So I will be streaming Fastnacht, of course, when it drops from Tuesday. We'll be playing it, farming. I don't really know if there are new masks that can drop, but I'm pretty sure there will be, as there are new masks every year. So there must be something. I'm just surprised that the Ogwa masks are only Atom Shop. I was expecting it to drop from event. It was in Atom Shop last week, so I purchased that. And if you remember, the green names in the chat, supporters of the channel. We are heading to play together a little bit. So the second stream, I didn't put a link, I forgot. But it is happening. You should see it if you don't see it anywhere else on your member tab. So let's head for the member hangout. See you there, everyone. And everyone else, tomorrow evening, 6 p.m, we are playing more. So be there. And for now, have an amazing weekend, everyone, and see you tomorrow. Turtle out. Bye.